Just waiting. Internet's so slow. um. It's so weird. Hi everyone who's here. It's always so weird doing a stream kind of by myself because the for one, the internet's bad, and two, it's hard to just kind of talk to yourself and know people are on. But it's also delayed, so it's really hard to try and talk. Um, so again, always sorry for the bad internet. um, yeah, there's just some couple of things that we wanted to talk about. For Navajo Tea Time, one is kind of like a call for audience choice topics. What do the people watching our videos want to hear us talk about? Or are there some issues that you wanted us to readdress, maybe get some updated opinions um, on some different things? Just leave them here in the chat or on any of the videos. Actually, just leave your comments and just put like audience choice topic in the hashtag or whatever, and we can look for them, because sometimes we run out of ideas about what to talk about, and it's just nice to see what the people watching our videos want us to talk about. Yeah, Adrian was supposed to join me, but think she's traveling at the moment, so it's understandable to just want to be able to travel while, you know, focus on traveling. So that's understandable. I just really wanted to go live today um, to sort of explain some of the changes to our upload schedule. So for probably the remainder of the year, we're going to be at 2 episodes per month. And that is because I'm pregnant, I guess. So there's the announcement to the internet and the world. Um, I'm expecting a little one. So this first trimester has really been kicking my butt the way my first pregnancy didn't, and it's just been making me really tired and sick. So I haven't been able to look at a screen um, for long hours like editing requires me to do. So that's why some of the videos have been late, and why we've had to cut down on the amount of videos we want to have. We wanted to have for every month. We wanted to do like a video per week, but that just isn't in the cards for me at the moment for editing wise. Um, Thanks for the congratulations. Talk about our president, about him skateboarding with Tony Hawk. That seems pretty cool. Um, those are the only news I've gotten about the president so far. Um, so yeah, so we're trying to cut down on some of the just the workload I have with editing, and so that's kind of the only announcements we have to make. So it's just gonna not shorten, just we're not gonna have as much topics um, per month or as videos per month. So yeah. If Adrienne was on here, she could talk about the presidents and all the other candidates or delegates all day long. I don't know much about them, except for some of the ones like that directly affect my community. But even then, I still don't have all the information. Yeah, so that's kind of the major thing I wanted to talk about. Um, Again, another call for audience choice topics. As I said, we kind of run dry sometimes on ideas, and sometimes like, have we talked about this subject before? Do we want to keep repeating some of the subjects? Because obviously some issues don't go away just because we've talked about them. Sometimes issues evolve, and over time opinions change. Um, yeah. Don't actually want to talk about the president? Okay. I guess like in general, what kind of topics do you guys want us to talk about? Me and Adrian only have so much that we pull off the top of our heads when we're making our schedule. Um, no, I don't have any names picked out right now. We're not even sure about the gender yet. So I'm still that early on. Yeah, it's still kind of weird just waiting for the internet to catch up with what I said. So when I say I can't read your comments a little bit later, it's kind of hard. Navajo history. That's an interesting topic, I feel like. I know sometimes when I do community work, um, when people talk about like developing in certain areas, sometimes older people, older generations, they bring up some of the historical significance of an area and why maybe developing in that area isn't a good idea, or maybe like a family has really strong ties to a certain area and they don't want some things developed. Um, that's kind of all I know much about the Navajo history. Um, did you want us to go more in depth about Navajo history, like timelines and things, um, or like what type, like what specific area in Navajo history? I really do enjoy doing some of the topics where I also learn stuff while doing the research for it and not just regurgitating what I already know. um, yeah. So how's everyone's spring been going so far? I feel like the winters have been getting colder later in the year, like the end of November, early December, and spring has been coming, or the winter's been lasting longer. So, like last year, it was still really freezing near the middle, end of March, and then this year, it's still kind of freezing in the middle of April. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that. I just notice it because of when I need to turn on my heater and turn off my heater. So again, I just wanted to like kind of there's a couple more viewers. I don't know if they're new viewers or if it's the same people coming back on. Um, but we're going to be changing the upload schedule to 2 times a month instead of like every week like we've been trying. Because I'm expecting, and it's just making it a lot harder for me to constantly edit all of the videos all the time. Okay, yeah, I think me and Adrian can probably, Rebecca, we could probably look into that. I know there's a couple of different reasons that the reservations are divided up, and that's part of the Dawes Act, where the government was talking um, some of the Navajo who have like allotment lands, and trying to convince them to sell the lands to settlers or sell the land back to the government. And so that's why there's some parts where it looks sort of like little squares have been chunked out. I know that's part of the reason, but I'm pretty sure there's other reasons for the different spottiness of the reservation. I can never get used to being on a live stream because I have to monitor myself talking 3 seconds ago. And so I move around a lot when I talk, and I can see myself moving around in the other screen set up. Um, you're welcome. Um, I don't know how long we're going to be streaming for. If there's not a lot more questions, or I guess I can take questions that you guys have, and I'll try and answer them the best I can. Um, about anything in general. I just don't want this to be like a super short stream. Um, if we could just keep vamping for about 15 or so minutes, Adrian said she'll show up. Um, um, but yeah, like I was saying, was trying to. Well, we're calling out for audience choice awards that we can do deeper topics on, um, just to get a feel for what everyone out there who watches our videos wants to see and hear us talk about. Um, this could be also a small Q&A session. Welcome to the stream life. Well, you're playing video games while you're streaming, so you're focusing on that. My whole thing is talking to an audience that's a couple seconds behind me in time. Anti-tea time. Anti-tea time. No, I don't watch a lot of other talk YouTube. I think I mentioned I watch like a lot of gaming YouTube and movie review YouTube channels, because that's sort of my those are just my interests. I have a short attention span. Sometimes I watch crime documentaries. I used to watch them all the time when we used to get Discovery Plus. Um, um, so the sash belt thing, traditionally it's just the sash belt, just the woven sash belt. But if you have the concho belt to, fancy up your look, then you can put the silver concho belt over the sash belt. But it's normally just the sash belt. Oh, thank you. I like it too. It's just sometimes I try wearing like the Sani scarf, and I always feel like I look like a fortune teller at like a carnival instead of like a Navajo woman. Like I see other Navajo women and girls wear the Sani scarves. I'm like, oh, they look so cool. They look so native in it. And then I put it on, and sometimes my hair just curls in that way, and I feel like I look like a fortune teller. And then I look in the mirror, and the if you've ever seen the old animated Robin Hood from Disney with the animals like fortune telling, Lucky Charms at the beginning of that movie, it just runs through my head when I look at myself with the Sani scarf on. Yeah, it's for fashion. Um, like layering scarves and shirts. Maybe we can do a video about like the fashion too, because I think it definitely evolves over time. Some trends come back, and some things definitely change. Because I know like the tiered skirt and the velveteen definitely came a lot later when the material was available, and traditionally it's the rug skirt, the rug dress like the solid piece rug dress. So that'd be an interesting thing too. Maybe bring on someone who's like a fashion designer to talk about like the evolution of native fashion. If you don't know, Old Man Alski on the chat is my husband, so that's why I was kind of yelling at him about the streaming life. He streams video games early in the morning because that's when the internet's the best because everyone else is asleep. Hi everyone again out there. I see we have some more viewers. So again, I guess I'll just reiterate some of the people who already know. We're kind of cutting down on our upload schedule from four from every week to just 2 times a month. Um, just because I'm expecting, and it's a lot harder for me to consistently look at the screens and edit video. So that's why we're kind of cutting down on uploading because it's just been difficult for me to keep up with the workload of creating videos every week. And then we're also doing a call for audience choice topics on some topics that you want us to deep dive in more. Adrian should be getting on in a couple of minutes. Yeah, so if you put something in the chat and ask a question or say, hey, this would be a good audience choice topic, we can keep talking about it. um, yeah, and so like we were talking in our other video, or this past week's video, Selena Day is April 16th. So if you were a fan or are a fan of Selena, that's a day of remembrance for her. And then April 15th is Husband Appreciation Day. So if you want to show your husband just a little bit more appreciation on that day, say, I appreciate you. Um, and then April 22nd is Earth Day. It's kind of hard to try and plan something out for Earth Day because it's been so cold and I just want to stay inside and not deal with the really cold wind. Um, yeah, it might more gardening videos might come up. Did you want just to see like vlogs about us gardening or more in depth of like what we know about gardening, or we can try and reach out to other gardeners and get some of their expertise on different topics. Um, we can definitely try brainstorming more ideas on gardening. Yeah. I know gardening this year, I haven't even started my seedlings yet because it's just felt so cold. It hasn't felt like, oh, this is the time to start planting. It's just been like too cold, too windy um, to even try and set up something. Traditional medicine and food gathering. Hello. That's an interesting topic too. I do like learning about the traditional medicines, and um, maybe we could try just walking out into the desert and see if we can identify any of the old traditional foods, like those wild onions my grandma used to talk about, or maybe go with a guide so we're just not wandering into the desert blind. That sounds like a fun activity to do. I know one of my close friends, she got a degree in biology, biochemistry, and she's really into botany and all that stuff. So some of her thesis was traditional medicines and um, how a lot of their how traditional medicines can still help, even though they're not like pharmaceutically made medicines. They're still like healing properties to the plants. I don't know if anyone's like how many people have watched The Simpsons, but there's that one character. He goes, "Hi, everybody." I feel like that runs through my head every once in a while I'm on here, and just the way he says it. Hi, Brandy. Yeah, I know our upload schedule has been kind of hectic, and even us getting together on the same day to do lives like this has been kind of hard. I wish my house was colder on the inside than it is the outside. I know some people are complaining about how it's still cold and it's not warm or summer weather yet, and I'm just like, it's going to get really hot really fast. I'm trying to enjoy the coldness right now because Cameron, where I live, there's a bunch of red rocks that just absorb the heat during the day and kind of release it at night, so it just stays warm. And all I have is like a little window cooler for the living room. Okay, yeah, we can definitely try and break it down to like different techniques and stuff. I think I know a couple of people who are who definitely have a lot more knowledge um, than I do about planting. Me, I read the packet, I put it in the ground, and then I cross my fingers and water it until it grows. Hi, Renee. We're doing good. So you only need a air conditioner for the month of July? Oh my goodness, where do you live? I need an air conditioner from like May until November. I can't sleep at night when it's hot. Like I can't sleep in the heat, and it's really bad because of where I live. And so I'm like I have like ice packets on my head and on my body trying to go to sleep. Um it just gets so hot here in the summer. Yeah, I think finding a good soil mixture is really good. It also helps to figure out what the acidity level of your ground soil is, like the soil outside your house, to help figure out what type of material you need to add to help what plant. Right? In Arizona, it's super cold too. I keep telling my husband, like, it's so cold. And he tries turning on the heater, and I'm like, turn it off. Put on some socks. Use a blanket. It's nice and cold. Um, yeah, it's definitely. a task trying to stay cool in the summer, especially if like you don't get cold showers when the ground heats up the water, so you don't have cold water anymore, and it just comes out kind of warm. Those are the worst when you're like, I want a nice cold shower. It's like, this is sort of warm. This isn't helping. Ah, the wind is so bad here in Cameron too. I think that's one of the reasons why my internet's so bad today specifically. Is just all the wind and dust in the air. Yeah, I think lettuce is cold weather plant, so like you need to plant it like early spring or late fall. But yeah, the vegetables and everything have definitely gone up in price. It's definitely a reason to look into more um, fruit and vegetables you plant yourself, or find a local farmer who will barter with you. That might be something to try. Oh, okay. An old adobe house. Yeah, I think those stay cool too. I live in like a metal mobile home, so I'm practically living in a tin oven. Um, so Adrian should be getting on soon, hopefully. So I guess I can ask you guys here. How do you guys feel about there being a husband appreciation day? Do you think it's needed? Do you think it's too much? You think husbands don't need appreciation? What's your guys' take on the topic? A garden to be all organic. Like you don't want any GMO seeds, or that you don't like use chemicals to repel bugs? Is that what you mean by organic? Yeah, but some like birthdays or anniversaries or Mother Day or Father's Day, it's nice to be, oh, here's a specific day to just really shower this person with appreciation. Um, I've never had hot Cheetos with cheese. Hot Cheetos is definitely something I try not to eat. But I definitely do cave and buy a small bag every once in a while. Do you mean like nacho cheese? Because sometimes it depends on the type of cheese you get, nacho cheese you get. Um, I get you mean trying to have everything organic, but sometimes it's hard to do that. I know last year we had a lot of aphids on my roses and things, so I got like dish soap and water and just kind of sprayed them because the aphids get like this weird waxy buildup that protects them from a lot of like repellents. And so like the dish soap, the Dawn dish soap gets through that waxy greasy cover. And ladybugs are supposed to be really helpful, which do show up. And we did get a couple of praying mantis in our gardens. Um, but it's really hard to like want to take a cutting of a rose and put it in the house when it's just covered with little tiny aphids and you don't want to bring all those bugs inside. And then we have squash beetles um, that just come around and destroyed our like our zucchini plants and our other squash plants. Like they'd be starting to grow and they just die. And those ones are really hard to get rid of. You have to like go out there and squish the bugs and squish them manually. What about you? Is it Brady or Brad? Yeah, Brady. What's your favorite snack you're not supposed to have? Asking me about hot Cheetos. Adrian's doing good. I don't know if they posted anything on their YKD, but they're currently traveling at the moment again. I think Mike has another talk somewhere, so they're out west. Yeah, go ahead, ask away. This is I saw the different squash stuff on the trellis. Um, it looks really nice, but I wouldn't know how to start the vines or like how sturdy to make the framework. It looked really cool on some of the photos I saw though of like them just hanging down and then it just being like a nice shade covering. Um, yeah. Um, it should be fine to wear the necklace. I think a lot of the stuff people get upset over is the more not traditional, but the more ceremonial regalia, like specifically the one that's the biggest is the war bonnet because there's actual traditional meaning and significance to that symbol. But if it's a necklace that you see other people wearing every day, it shouldn't be um, that big of a. It shouldn't cause that much of a problem because there's definitely vendors and trading posts and stores that sell um, necklaces and bear claw necklaces and ones with rings and stuff all the time. It's just when some of the items have a ceremonial link to it is when it starts becoming a problem, or when you like start dressing up as a native. But I think that's more of like for like Halloween as like a costume for pretending. Um, Brady, I don't know what your question's talking about. I know earlier I asked you what's your snack that you're not supposed to have but you like eating anyways. Unless that was for somebody else. Yeah, like regular jewelry is fine. I don't know if there's any specific traditional jewelry that's only worn during ceremonies, but it shouldn't be a problem if it's like a squash blossom necklace. There's definitely non-Navajo, non-native people who buy them all the time at various trading posts or from various artisan vendors. Um, so I just got a message that Adrian probably won't be able to make it on. It was kind of a long shot of her being able to make it with me, anyways. On here. Um, yeah, I kind of scheduled this last minute on her, so it's not really her fault. Hot Cheetos. Mine's just hot Cheetos. I don't have the whole prep of cheese adding to it. Oh, Husband Appreciation Day. Okay. Um, I don't know. It's just a day we said in the video we were just looking up different holidays that were happening in April. I'm like, oh, there's a Husband Appreciation Day. I guess we could talk about that. And that's what the next Friday's video is gonna be about. Is us talking with our husbands about that day and just various things related to that topic. Yeah. If there's no more questions, I'll just repeat again what some of the announcements were. Is just that we're changing our upload schedule from every week to 2 times a month, and that's because I'm expecting, and so being able to edit as much as I have been has been kind of hard. That's why some of these videos have been late. We were hoping to push that back a little bit later into the year, but just this first couple of months trial run shows that I definitely can't keep up with the editing schedule that we originally had. So we're cutting down on just 2 videos a month, um, and also asking for audience choice topics. So leave them in this comment or any other video comments, or if you're following us on Facebook or Instagram, you can leave them on some of the posts that we make. Yay for new baby. Yeah, my little one's definitely excited. She wants a brother, and she's really stuck on the fact of it being a boy or a little brother for her. And so I hope it goes her way. Otherwise, we'll have to definitely convince her to love like a little sister. Um, all right. Give it a couple more, a minute or two, just for the comments to catch up. Yeah. So just a reminder, our goal for the year is trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so that we can start monetizing the videos, and so that will also help us with making more videos. Because another reason for me cutting down on editing the videos is that um, I have to fit in more jobs that pay so that we can anticipate the expenses of having another baby. So um, if we can start making money off of this channel while getting to 1,000 subscribers, we can definitely add more to the schedule again. Thanks for all the congratulations. I'm so glad you used the cup. Yeah, we're definitely going to try and figure out how to do more merchandise um, in a more sustainable way. Yeah, in a more sustainable way so that it's not too expensive for us to create, and it's not too expensive for you guys to like buy more merch. And then I do believe we were talking about having another giveaway if we do get to 1,000 subscribers. Um, but that's kind of all I have to talk about and to say at this moment. So thanks everyone for coming on. You guys have a good evening. Um, and I hope if you haven't, you should like, share, and subscribe our videos, or get everyone else to subscribe. And thanks again for all the congratulations and the well wishes. And you guys all have a good night. And we'll see you next Friday with the next pre recorded video. All right? Okay.